Okay, positive energy all the time. I made it in. I was rushing to get back. I was planning to go a half an hour earlier, but I didn't make it back. But I am here. Rep your city, rep your city. We got Cincinnati in the building. Shout out to everybody on Kick, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm representing the Chi-Town. We got Naptown in the building, Indianapolis. We got Buffalo in the house. We got Fresno in the building. Y'all already know what it was. The whole team is here. Big Boss Quaylen's in the building, bossing it up. Yeah, I made it. We got San Diego in the building. Queen J. Ooh. Honey 420. She said all the right days. Queen, Honey, and 420. You need to stop, okay? She got everything I like. I love 420. I love Honey. And I love Queens. And Jade is green, and green is my favorite color. She got it all popping. We got Pretoria in the building, South Africa. We got New Orleans in the building with the beautiful and lovely Arnell that I need to talk to. I'm going to talk to you in a minute. Arnell's doing big things, all educated and everything, getting her bag. Yeah, I made it. I made it in here. Thank you, beautiful. I was accused of flirting with the ladies over here. I'm like, I am not flirting with them. I am being nice to them and showing them love. I am not flirting with them, right? They call anything flirting, you know? That don't make no sense that everything is flirting. Brothers, you need to be able to compliment the queens without being thirsty. Just because you say, girl, you looking good, you don't got to sweat them. Because if your auntie look good, you're going to like, auntie, that dress look good. If your mom look good, you're going to say, mommy, that looks nice on you. You looking good today. So just because you say a woman's looking good and she's beautiful, that don't mean you thirsty. Okay? You okay with flirting? Flirting is cool too. Flirting is cool. I'm okay with flirting, but you know, uh, when the beautiful ladies watch me and stuff like that, I don't be want to be disrespectful. Sometimes, you know, getting at ladies, they like it, but sometimes it's a little disrespectful. You know, and I'm the type of person. If it was like that, you know, I would just I would just go straight out. I never was really big on flirting. That really wasn't my thing. If I'm hollering at you, I'm really trying to hit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really, you know what I'm saying? I'm not R. Kelly. I'm not a flirt. You know what I mean? You see where it got him. I always I believe as a man, I believe to acknowledge the queens and acknowledge their beauty. And they do look marvelous. They look fantastic. You're a very pretty young lady, Queen Jade, and you should be acknowledged for that. You know? I over in my life when I'm single, I always have a lot of female friends. I came into the game working in offices full of females, and I look at females as to be protected, not to be chasing them. Every female you see, that's not really. We call that a C hound, a COCK hound. That's not me. So I had a beautiful day today. The guys came and got me out, got me running around. One of the OGs came and got me. He's younger than me, but he's the OG to the guy. He came and got me. And I was running around with them, going to the various neighborhoods. Got a chance to go to the south side. Got a chance to go to the west side. It was nice. It was 60 degrees. It felt almost like 70. Got to get on some of the blocks and everything and talk to some of the young dudes. I forgot the young brother just got out of. He just got out of. He just got released. He just got out of prison. He was lucky. He only ended up doing like 18 months. I forgot his name. But shout out to my boy Chill Peel. What up, Chill? I know y'all watching me on the ride. Ludi, what up, Ludi? It was good to see Blocko. Y'all watch Blocko. Blocko. Uh, Unbelievable. You ever been around some wow? There's a lot of work to do, but it was good to be on the block. You know, it was good to hit the blocks. That was nice. That was nice to hit the blocks with the brothers, the young brothers. That was nice. The greatest thing about hitting the blocks in Chicago in the hood is the children. The children is different. So they run up. You don't really get no privacy in the hood on the blocks because the little boys especially, they invade. When they see 20 and 30 and 40 and 50 and 60-year-olds standing around, the little boys come. They wanna pick up that energy. So all little boys rides up on their bikes or runs up and they kind of like be on the outskirts, like ear hustling. You know what I'm saying? So the little shorty was ear hustling. Heard one of them say, dang, his dread's long. His dread's longer than King Von's was. I said, hell. Kids is tripped out. Longer than King Von's was. Kids is tripped out. That was cool though. You know what I'm saying? The youth was cool. I gave them all $5. Boy, they disappeared when they got that $5. That was like $45. I gave them shorties $5. Boy, they was happy. That's a lot of money, boy. For a 7, 9, 10-year old. That's a lot of money, boy. They was happy. Oh, Bronzeville. Yeah, shout out to everyone in Bronzeville. Man, I gave them shorties $5. Boy, they seen me giving out them $5. Boy, they was happy. I ran out, so I had to give the last four. I had to give them a $20. Say, y'all go split it. Boy, they took off. I wasn't there when they got back. They were gone, boy. That was nice. It was nice. It was warm. It was nice to be outside in the blocks and shit. with the goons and the goblins. It was nice, you know. Got to talk to them, try to talk to the older ones to stay out of trouble. Find out what's been going on. I don't, I'm 67, so I don't know nobody no more. You know what I mean? I didn't know nobody. I'm like, I don't know who is all these. Our neighborhoods don't stay the same. It's transient now. People moving in and out. So I went on a couple of blocks. I didn't know nobody. Just a couple dudes that I did know. I didn't know none of the regular. It's not like when I was growing up, the blocks would stay the same for 20 years. 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, same people. Now, not no more. But it was cool. See, ganging them, all the different gangs and stuff like that. You know, all the GDs and the young BDs and the Blackstones and all the different vice lords and foes and stuff. That was nice. You know what I'm saying? I got to preach, I hadn't been able to preach outside in a minute. I'm always on social media, so it's nice for me to be out on the block. Man, y'all need to do this and y'all need to do that. Woo, woo. That was like, I'm always telling people what they need to do. So it was nice to be on the block to tell them on the block, what they need to do, how they need to stay out of trouble, stop going back and forth to jail, That one young lady, she came out and she said, "Thank you for giving my baby that $5. That was real courteous." His mama came out. His mama came out and came over and said, "Thank you for giving them that. I'm finna take him to the store right now." I said, "Yeah, I gave them all $5. And I told them don't take no money from nobody." I said, "Listen, don't y'all take no money from nobody else. Y'all know I'm official because I'm out here with Ludi and them. Don't y'all take no money." I always tell the youth that don't take nothing from nobody, okay? This me, right? I'm plugged. I'm one of y'all. Everybody see me giving y'all money. But some people will give y'all money and it'll be for bad reasons. Don't y'all take no money from no strangers. Okay? The only reason I'm giving y'all this money because y'all know these dudes I'm with. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know, and we doing it in public in front of everybody. All the neighbors is out here. So it's all good. But don't y'all be taking no money. I made them all say it. You ain't gonna take no money from no strangers, right? All right, here. You. What I just said. Don't take no money from no strangers. What I just said. Boom, I hit them. Don't take no money from no strangers. So that was nice. I didn't get a chance to change though into my shirt and tie, but I'm all good. Thug life outlaw. Ah. So tonight I'm gonna talk about toxic masculinity. And I did some research on this. This whole toxic masculinity is COINTELPRO. I'm gonna tell you straight up, it's nefarious. I had to look it up because I know y'all be seeing me saying I got toxic masculinity, but I just been saying I got toxic masculinity because the Babylon system been saying don't have toxic masculinity. And when Babylon tell me don't have nothing, that's the first thing I got to get. So when I seen the system kept talking against toxic masculinity, I said, well, I got it. I definitely got toxic masculinity. So I finally looked it up because I didn't know what toxic masculinity was. I just knew I had it. You know what I'm saying? I just know I had it. But hey, man, this is going to be a crazy conversation tonight. Like, bro, They own some. They own some. Listen, the whole anti-toxic masculinity thing is some Babylon trickery. I'm telling you. I'm finna break it down. It don't make no sense. I'm telling you, it's very suspicious. It's suspicious. Exactly, Shima. What is toxic masculinity? Exactly. Exactly. I didn't know what it was. I just knew I wanted it. You know what I'm saying? I just knew I wanted it. Boy, I'm gonna break it down, Shimo. It's it's heavy. In my opinion, it's systematic manipulation. Facts. It's systematic manipulation. I'll break it down. Let's let some people get on. It's systematic manipulation, y'all. I'm telling you, this gonna be a cold one tonight. Hey, I knew it. You know, my instincts is my spider senses is up. You know, my lion prowess. You know, my hawk awareness is up because they kept speaking against toxic masculinity, and I'm like, I ain't like it. I didn't know what it was, but I didn't like the anti-toxic masculinity. Okay, that's cool. They're gonna run all type of stuff. I told them they can run anything except I didn't block. Only thing I blocked was meat. Any other commercial they run, I don't got no problem with it. I just don't want them selling no food that ain't vegan over here, and then I'm telling y'all to eat right, and then it's brought to you by some meat. So there's a whole bunch of things you got to check off, and I just checked off the ones that was the most egregious, and the rest of that stuff I ain't check it off. Let them get their bread, whatever they doing. Shout out to the sponsors that is advertising. Shout out. You say, I was wondering where you was going to self-correct yourself for saying that. I'm not self-correcting myself. I got toxic masculinity. Who told you I was going to correct myself? I got toxic masculinity. I haven't even broke it down yet. So I don't know, Brother Dwayne, I don't know where you got it from. I'm correcting myself. I'm not correcting myself. I got toxic masculinity for sure. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it, Asiatic. But I got Brother Dwayne, I definitely got toxic masculinity for sure. I got it. I really got it now that I looked into it. Yeah, I got toxic masculinity. I got toxic masculinity for sure. 100%. I got it. Yeah, I got it. I got toxic masculinity for sure. Yes, I do, ladies. So let's get into it. What is toxic masculinity according to the system? Toxic masculinity refers to a narrow, socially destructive set of traditional, okay, mind you, your granddaddy and grandfathers, your great granddaddy, traditional masculine norms that emphasize traits like aggression, emotional repression, dominance, and misogyny, which can be harmful to both men and society. It is not an indictment of men themselves, but rather a critique of how certain behaviors and attitudes associated with masculinity can be destructive, leading to negative consequences like violence, poor mental health for men, and social inequalities. Now, let me ask y'all something. Has there ever been with men, right? You men out here, the traditional men you know, did they emphasize aggression, emotional repression, dominance, and misogyny? Your granddaddies, your great granddaddies. Have you ever seen all those traits in one place? I'm just asking you. Have you ever seen that anywhere? Because I haven't. I've never seen that anywhere. They're calling that traditional masculine norms. I'm asking y'all a simple question. Is traditional masculine norms aggression, emotional repression, dominance, and misogyny? Is that traditional masculine norms? What you think, Brother Dwayne? Is that traditional masculine norms? Say something in the chat. Yes or no? Is that traditional masculine norms? Put it in the chat. Yes or no? Put it in the chat. I'm going to wait on the chat response because I get a lot of responses, but I don't get no response when I ask for it. What's up? Troy say that's traditional masculine norms? So y'all fathers was aggressive? They had aggression? So men, it's so men in the emotional repression? How would you know emotional repression? Now I do understand y'all younger than me. Aggression. So let's start with aggression. Let's start with aggression. Y'all ain't never been with no aggressive women? Let's start with aggression. Let's take one at a time. Is aggression a male thing? Let's take one at a time. Is aggression male? Yes or no? Put it in the chat. Is aggression male? Aggression. Is aggression a male trait? Are men the only ones? Aggression. Is aggression, is aggression a man thing? Aggression. So you've never been with an aggressive woman, two-time Johnny. You never had a woman hit you and you told her to stop? You never had a woman hit you and you thinking, I can't fight women, why don't you stop? Two-time Johnny. A woman ain't never been aggressive with you. How old are you, two-time Johnny? Because in my relationships, women was the more aggressive ones. In my relationship that I've been in, women was the most aggressive. In my relationship, the women was more aggressive. I've never been aggressive with women, but I've been with some aggressive women. They get mad and want to hit and want to throw stuff and want to, you know, and you can't hit them back. So aggressive now is male. Two-time Johnny. Aggression to you is men. You don't, there's aggression to you is men. I'm just saying, listen, when we talking toxic masculinity and we talking men and women, let's just talk realistically. Because typically when women get mad, they're, to me, out of 100% of men and 100%, let's say we had 100 men and 100 women. Out of that 100 men, you would have 20, you might have 15 that would get aggressive. Out of 100 women, you could easily have 35. You would have more. Typically, yeah, especially when dealing with each other. Men are not that aggressive because men hang out with men and we're not aggressive towards each other. We be fighting every day. You know, if men were aggressive, we'd be fighting every day, every day, every day. That's all false because you can go to places where men playing basketball and men hanging out for days and don't see a fight. You can go to parks and you can go to places where men at, and okay, and men are not fighting like that. You know what I'm saying? You say, yo, G used to kick it off with Pops. Hey, two-time Johnny, I'm with you. I'm just take some time to build, right, bro? I'm going to build it for him, though, Johnny. I'm going to show him. All I'm saying is aggression. I've never known aggression to be male or female. Aggression was an individual thing. I always thought aggression was an individual thing. I've seen couples where both of them is aggressive and all they do is fight. Y'all never seen an aggressive couple? Because I've seen aggressive couples where they be fighting. I've seen couples where he be kind of physical with her. I've seen couples where she be kind of physical with him. And I've seen couples where they physical. Yeah, I've seen couples where they was wow. And stay together and constantly beating each other up. Right? So aggression. Now, they putting aggression under Toxic masculinity. Now, emotional repression. Emotional repression. Now, check this out. Emotional repression is speculation. Look, emotional repression is speculation. Now, let me explain. Let me use myself for emotional repression. This would be emotional repression. My mother passed away, which really happened. Right? Listen, my mother passed away. This is emotional repression. My mother passed away. We had a service. When I went to the service, they had the service. Emotional repression would be, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. Emotional repression would be that I got emotional and I felt like crying and I stopped myself from crying, right? Right? That would be emotional repression, right? That I felt emotional and I kept it down, right? Right? That would be emotional repression. Now, what would you call it if I didn't feel like that? Because I didn't. Now, just people would see me there and don't listen. People would see me there. Tell me if I'm lying. If people seen me there and I didn't cry, how many people would assume that I was trying to make myself not cry? How many people would say maybe he just, right? A lot of people, what they gonna do? They're gonna assume, right? I'm repressing it. That's what they're gonna assume. They're gonna assume he was holding it in. That's what they're gonna assume. Tell me I'm lying. So they're gonna assume because you're not boo-hooing that you're repressing it. But you might not be crying because you might be a realist and you just realize your mother's gone. You might have got everything from your mother. Your mother might have lived a full life. Your mother might have had cancer like mine, and it was time for her to go. There's nothing to cry about. Her body was done. You might be a realist. So it might not be that sad to you. Like that wasn't that sad to me. The cancer was sad. But the passing away from it wasn't sad. The cancer was sad. But having cancer a long time and passing away, a lot of people feel relieved that their loved ones ain't suffering no more. I'm going to just keep it real. And so people will say, well, what was you thinking about? What bothered you when your mother passed away? What bothered me was my father had lost his wife. See, I'm a realist. And the biggest loss, my father took the biggest loss, not me and my sister. That was his wife. That was his wife for all them years, for like 60 years. You understand? And now my daddy don't got his wife. I put my daddy's feelings before mine. That was his wife first. Then they had me. I'm the firstborn. So all I was concerned was for my daddy's feelings that he lost his wife. That's where my mind was at. Damn, Dad, I know how Daddy feeling. I know Daddy feeling, you know what I'm saying? And my father wasn't no more good after my mother passed away. My daddy was ready to die. My daddy was, he didn't want to live no more. When I first started going live, I was there taking care of him because my mother had passed away and he just deteriorated. So I wasn't really focused on me because I don't have those type of emotions. So people would look at me and say I got toxic masculinity because they would assume that I'm repressing my emotions. That's an assumption. I don't have those type of emotions because I'm a realist. Everybody's not a realist. I'm a realist and a philosopher. So I can realistically look at situations and I can accept reality. I'm not a person that get twisted over reality being real. I'm not the type of person question reality. I think for me, the way I am, I would probably be upset over a kid, being unalive. That would probably bother me more so than a 80-year-old or 90-year-old wouldn't bother me like a child. Because I feel like the 80 and 90-year-old, well, they lived their life and they had a good life. A child might bother me. I won't know until I get to that. But a child might be too much. You know. Now, if the child was sick a long time, passed away, it wouldn't bother me. But if the child was like unalived, shot or something, that might bother me. I don't know. I'd have to cross that bridge when I get to it. I don't know. The reason I'm bringing that up because I believe this thing, emotional repression, I believe those assumptions. I believe it's assumptions that a lot of men are uh, repressing their emotions. How do you know if somebody's repressing their emotions? How would you know? How would you know that? How would you know? How would you know if somebody's repressing their emotions? So that seems fake to me. Dominance. Dominance is toxic masculinity. Dominance. How is dominant toxic masculinity when the man goes into the woman? Sex between a man and a woman is male dominance. That's not natural. Sex between me and a woman is dominance. How is that toxic?